大家好，我是谁？今天呢，我们来Fnaf系列解释Part 几 Part 2啦。老我已经看了。这什么？真的好，先看这个先。等一下，我们洗掉。这个只能推出。那这个也是什么呀？要不要？哎，我关掉了，惨了。
Welcome to the first day of your exciting new career. Whether you were approached at a job fair, read our ad in screws, bolts, and hairpins, or if this is the result of a dare, we welcome you. I will be your personal guide to help you get started. I'm a Model 5 of the Handyman's Robotics and Unit Repair System, but you can call me Hand Unit. Your new career promises challenge, intrigue, and endless janitorial opportunities. Please enter your name as seen above the keypad. It seems that you had some trouble with the keypad. I see what you were trying to type, and I will auto-correct it for you. One moment. Welcome, Eggs Benedict. You can now open the elevator using that bright, red, and obvious button. Let's get to work.
有没？有的没？可是我不，有一点不新哦，我觉得。有，别跳出来就好笑。
Exotic butters. Exotic butters.
Please, no! No! No!
Yeah.
Argumentative, stalemate,
Yeah.
elevation, passive, heights, argumentative, stalemate, elevation, passive, heights.
There's no doubting what you've achieved on a technical level.
Yeah, stop.
Ballora is going to follow you. She will try to catch you. I will help you avoid her. She will not follow you inside the scooping room. She is afraid. Go back now. Go forward.
Access granted.
It seems that you have accidentally wandered into a restricted area. Due to the sensitive nature of the materials that you may be exposed to here, you will not be allowed to leave until the cleanup crew arrives at 6 a.m. So hang tight. Rest assured that you will be promptly rescued, fired, then sent home. Thank you for being an employee. We hope that your experience has not been as regrettable as ours. Exotic butters. Exotic butters.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.幸好我有心理准备啊！幸好我有心理准备，不然我直接心脏被去医院了。哎呀，看来解释系列根本没有解释到哎。哎，算了啦。今天就玩到此为止，哎，不对，讲错，今天就录到此为止了，拜拜。哎，可是还不够长哦。那个什么啊，肌肉病。channel subscribe.
I cannot believe what I have just stumbled across. A secret in the Fnaf 2 trailer. And probably the creepiest thing in the entire Fnaf franchise. This actually creeped me out, and I'm not joking, I was actually creeped out. But not because of the message. I'm creeped out because I did some research and I found one of the most jaw-dropping things that no one, I repeat, no one has ever discovered. No one knew what this meant in FNAF 2. But with the clues we have now, well, let's just say, prepare to have your mind blown. First of all, if you have not seen this theory, then go watch it now. You won't understand anything in this video if you have not watched it. Go on, I'll wait. Have you seen it? Good. Let's continue. Since there is an alternative timeline between the book and the games, and in the book, William Afton was Ennard's flesh suit. But as seen in this theory, Henry was the victim of Ennard. And since FNAF 1 isn't in the game universe / timeline, it's either in the book universe or an entirely different universe. In the book universe, William Afton was the victim of Ennard, and we're gonna stick with that Henry was the victim of Ennard in the FNAF 1 universe. Why, you ask? Well, remember in the book that William Afton used a fake name when he was at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Or should I say, Ennard used a fake name. Ennard was inside William Afton's body in the novel The Silver Eyes. He literally told us, no, he didn't tell us via a secret message, he literally just flat out told us that he is an animatronic. Now then, who is Mike Smith? And why does Mike, quote unquote, kill all? Well, FNAF 1 is part of the Freddy Fazbear's Pizza restaurants, because in FNAF 2, Phone Guy says this.
Hello and welcome to your new summer job at the new and improved Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
Meaning that FNAF 2 is, quote-unquote, new and improved Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. But then it closes down, and a smaller version of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza opens up, which is FNAF 1. Even though FNAF 1 is in an alternative timeline, it is safe to assume that the events at FNAF 2 aren't too different from the one in the FNAF 1 timeline. And in the book, William Afton / Ennard supposedly attacks Charlie and her friends at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. But William Afton used a fake identity at first, and that fake identity was Dave Miller. Do you get what I'm trying to say? In both universes, both Afton and Henry used a secret identity. Afton's secret identity at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza was Dave Miller, and Henry's secret identity was Mike Smith. Mike Smith is a fake identity used by Ennard/Henry in the game timeline. And I found one of the most incredible pieces of evidence that can prove this theory. In Fnaf 4, it's a nightmare in the kind child's head. In Fnaf 3, Ennard is trying to kill you, and we all know that Ennard is behind the murders. And in Sis location, the animatronics are just trying to find a way out. They aren't really the bad guys. Well, after Ennard murders the children, then they are the bad guys. But that takes place way after Sis location. And for Fnaf 2, it's unsure if the toy animatronics have even been possessed. And it's also unsure if we are playing as a bad guy or a normal security guard. But the toy animatronics are trying to kill you, which we don't know are possessed or not. And that leaves Fnaf 1. Each other Fnaf game had a reason for the animatronics trying to kill you. Fnaf 2, because you're in the criminal database of the animatronics. Fnaf 3, because Ennard either kills because of his programming, or because he's just, well, pure evil. Fnaf 4 is a nightmare, and Sis location because they want to escape, but there is no reason for Fnaf 1. And on top of that, Mike is a name that we've never heard before and not suspected of any criminal doings. So why would the animatronics attack a night guard that they don't know anything about? Well, it's simple. Their eyes. The eyes that they were brutally murdered by in the back room. Ennard inside Henry murdered them. And now Henry/Ennard is using Mike Smith as a fake identity in Fnaf 1. This also explains the secret Mike kill all message, because Ennard's secret identity is Mike Smith. Thanks for watching. Don't worry, I know what you're all thinking. Clickbait! There's no way a small shitty YouTuber like you could have figured out the FNAF story. But I promise you, this is not clickbait. This video is the sum up of every single Easter egg, every single detail from the book, and everything that we have gathered from Scott's teasers, Scott's comments, and the entire FNAF franchise. All of that will be summed up, and at the end of this video, you will know the entire FNAF story. Now there is one problem with this though, and it might be the biggest problem in FNAF. The problem is that people don't believe what they don't want to believe. In one of my recent videos called Proof That Ennard is Purple Guy, the evidence was just overwhelming, and Scott planted those details in on purpose. Now the big problem is, people don't want to believe it. You know why they don't believe it? Because they want Purple Guy to be a human. And I got some comments asking how this and that was possible, and that's perfectly fine. But some other people said some of the stupid things I have heard. And you know what that is? Ennard isn't Purple Guy. Purple Guy is a human, and so on. And I can understand why, even though the official evidence from Scott Kaufman was there. They don't want to believe it because for 2 years they were led up to believe that Purple Guy was a sadistic human being, and so many theories and thoughts gone into those mysteries. Almost all theories were crushed by Sister Location. This is why we can never figure out the story of FNAF, because people don't believe the evidence. And of course, if people say something like, how come Purple Guy bleeds in FNAF 3 and how come we can't see Ennard inside Springtrap, is completely fine. They are asking about how it is possible. They are not just saying that it's wrong because they don't want to believe it. But some people will. And honestly, I am a bit sad. Why? Because FNAF's story is at an end. and without a doubt, other people are probably gonna rate me with dislikes, and I perfectly understand that. Some of the things I say and do make me sound like an asshole, and I perfectly understand that. So if you do hate me, then click dislike. I perfectly understand. I do kinda say some stupid things, but I still want you to watch this theory and listen to the facts. Not your gut, not your instinct, but the facts. And for those of you who are willing to listen to the facts, this video will blow your mind. And I repeat, not clickbait. Through analyzing the book, the Easter eggs, the teasers, and more or less the entire Fnaf franchise. This is the sum up of it. To first begin, I would like you all to understand this. Purple Guy isn't really a person, it's the identity of the killer. Purple Guy isn't like literally a person, it's the identity of a person. The identity of the killer. I mean, nobody gave birth to a child and was like, hey, what should we call him? How about Purple Guy? I disagree, I think it should be Purple Man. I mean, Purple Guy and Purple Man is just the identity of the killer. And in Fnaf Sister Location, we play as the person who later becomes Ennard's flesh suit, which is Purple Guy. No reason to explain this since we covered it in this video, but listen to this. This is gonna be one of the biggest Fnaf reveals so far. Yes, even from a shitty YouTuber like me. But seriously, I'm allowed to be a little proud since I found out something that not even MatPat has figured out yet. Can't I? Okay, I guess not. But seriously, this is gonna blow your mind. And I got proof to back this up. I'm not just saying this randomly. Look at these two posts, and now listen to this. The differences between the book and the games are pretty big. Just one difference may not seem like a lot, but look at these two posts again. How can the book be canon and set in an alternative universe? If it's set in an alternative universe, then how the heck can it be canon? Well, listen to this. This is the result of endless research. As I said before, Purple Guy isn't a person, it's the identity of a killer. And the person that uses Purple Guy as his identity is Ennard. At the end of Night 5 in Sister Location, Purple Guy was born. Ennard went inside our body and started killing the children. But that's not the result of endless research. I just need you to remember that. Now then, which body does Ennard go into to become Purple Guy? That, my friends, we will cover in just a bit. So since the book is set in an alternative universe, this perfectly explains Scott's post. Even though the book is canon, they are not meant to fit like two puzzle pieces. Because we need to figure out what fits together. Now listen to this. Remember the teaser on scottgames.com when MatPat and a bunch of other theorists grouped up to try and figure out Fnaf? Scott posted 3 teasers on his website. But the one that really lit a fire in me, the one that is such a big key to the entire Fnaf story, is this one. 4 games, 1 story. 4 games, 1 story. And how many games are there? There are 6 games, including Fnaf World. And don't you dare say, well, at the time Scott posted the teaser, only Fnaf 1 to 4 was out. This is Scott we're talking about. I don't need to explain how genius he is. After all the perfectly hidden clues, there is no way, I repeat, no way he would mess up something like this. He planned Sister Location from Fnaf 3, remember? Scott planned to release Sister Location when he posted that. Before he posted that even. Meaning that only 4 of the games are in the story. And I know which one isn't in the story. But we will come back to that later. Also, notice another thing about the teaser. It says 1 story. Now this is something that I had no idea when he first posted this teaser. In fact, no one had any idea. But now, with absolutely endless research, using almost all of my free time doing pure research, talking to anybody else who cared, watching endless theories, I even turned out going out to hang out with friends. Don't worry, I know what you're all thinking.
来，
Don't worry, I know what you're all thinking.
小牛，今天呢，回去套水池了，也11点多了，要睡觉了，拜拜。